Ice dance is the most misunderstood discipline in skating. Closer to ballroom than to athletics, it is scored not for what is launched into the air, but for what passes between two pairs of blades sharing a single sheet of ice. It is a sport, in its own strange way, of telepathy. Today I'm ranking the top 10 greatest ice dance pairs of all time. 10 partnerships forged across 75 years, from post-war London ballrooms to the carbon fiber laboratories of Montreal. Let's begin at number 10. Charlène Guignard and Marco Fabbri met online through a partner search platform in 2009 when both were left without partners. They became a couple off the ice, and they waited 8 seasons for their first major senior medal. Guignard, a French national, moved to Italy and obtained citizenship in 2013. Coached by 2002 Olympic bronze medalist Barbara Fusar-Poli, the pair built their career on the slowest curve in modern ice dance. They won 8 consecutive Italian national titles. They captured 3 straight European golds from 2023 to 2025. That European hat trick was Italy's first ever in the discipline. Their world silver in 2023 was the country's first world ice dance medal in 9 years, and world bronze followed in 2024. At Milan Cortina 2026, after 14 seasons together and 4 Olympic appearances, the pair won their first Olympic medal, team event bronze on home ice. Their style is theatrical and unafraid of risk. Number 9. Piper Gilles and Paul Poirier. They paired in July 2011. Gilles, American-born, became a Canadian citizen in December 2013 to compete with her partner. For most of their career, they were the second Canadian ice dance team, always behind Virtue and Moir, and later behind a younger generation pushing for the same podium. They competed at 3 Olympic Games. They won 5 Canadian national titles. They earned 5 world medals, silver in 2024, 2025, and 2026, and bronze in 2021 and 2023. They won 2 Four Continents gold medals. They captured a Grand Prix final title in 2022 to 2023. At Milan Cortina 2026, in their 15th season together, the pair finally stood on an Olympic podium, winning the bronze medal, the first Olympic medal of their career. Their 2018 to 2019 free dance to a cover of Don McLean's Vincent, a tribute to Van Gogh, became their signature piece. The International Skating Union formally adopted their 2015 to 2016 partial step sequence as a new pattern dance, the Maple Leaf March. They were among the most artistically inventive teams of the modern era, a partnership that built programs for the audience as much as for the judges. Number 8. Marina Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat. In 1992, a Russian teenager named Marina Anissina sat down and wrote letters to 2 foreign skaters she had never met, one to Canada's Victor Kratz, one to France's Gwendal Peizerat. Only Peizerat replied. Within months, Anissina had moved to Lyon, learning a new language and rebuilding her career from scratch. A decade later, in Salt Lake City, Anissina and Peizerat won France's first ever Olympic ice dance gold by a 5-4 split among the judges on a free dance built around Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Olympic bronze in Nagano 1998, world gold in 2000, 2 European titles. Their signature was the reverse lift, with Anissina hoisting Peizerat off the ice, which subverted 9 decades of choreographic convention. Every elite ice dance team after 1998 copied it. Salt Lake City carried a shadow. The 2002 ice dance event sat at the center of the Skategate vote trading scandal. French Federation President Didier Gailhaguet was suspended for pressuring his own judge over the pair's result in exchange for a Russian vote in ice dance. Anissina and Peizerat were never accused of wrongdoing, but their judge's room was the room that ended figure skating's century-old 6.0 system. Number 7. Natalia Bestemianova and Andrei Bukin. In 1977, the Soviet master coach Tatiana Tarasova paired 2 teenagers, 17 and 19, and built a partnership unlike anything ice dance had seen, avant-garde, theatrical, and ferocious. For 3 years, they finished second at Worlds. For the next 4, they were unbeatable. They won 4 consecutive world titles from 1985 to 1988, 5 European titles in a row. Olympic silver at Sarajevo 1984, behind Torvill and Dean, Olympic gold at Calgary 1988 for a free dance set to Borodin's Polovchian dances. Bestemianova was so committed in her deep knee positions that the skating world unofficially named one element after her, the Besti squat. Bukin was chosen to carry the Soviet flag at the Calgary opening ceremony. Historian James R. Hines compared the pair to Torvill and Dean as less suave and more energetic. After retirement, they spent decades touring with the Bobrin Ice Theater. Their son, Ivan Bukin, became one of Russia's top ice dancers a generation later, and the torch passed quietly inside one family. Number 6. Lyudmila Pakhomova and Aleksandr Gorshkov, Olympic ice dance pioneers. When ice dance became an Olympic sport at Innsbruck in 1976, the very first medal it awarded, gold, went to Lyudmila Pakhomova and Aleksandr Gorshkov. They were the obvious choice. They were 6-time world champions between 1970 and 1976. They won 6 European titles. They had been married since 1970. They were coached at Dynamo Moscow by Elena Tchaikovskaya. They were veterans of the 1968 Olympic demonstration that had helped persuade the IOC to admit the discipline in the first place. Only one season interrupted their dominance, in 1975, when Gorshkov underwent emergency lung surgery that nearly killed him. Pakhomova waited while he recovered. They won the next world title and then went straight to Innsbruck onto the top step of the Olympic podium. In 1974, the pair created the Tango Romantica with their coach. The International Skating Union adopted it as an official compulsory dance, and it is still skated today. Pakhomova later coached the next generation, including a young Igor Shpilband, the future architect of the partnerships that would dominate the next century. She died of leukemia at 39 in May 1986. Without these two, ice dance would not be in the Olympics at all. Number 5. Madison Chock and Evan Bates. Madison Chock and Evan Bates paired in July 2011, began dating in 2017, and married in Hawaii in June 2024. Since 2019, they have trained at the Ice Academy of Montreal under Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. 3 consecutive world titles in 2023, 2024, and 2025, the first U.S. ice dance team to win 3 worlds, and the first to repeat since Davis and White. 3 consecutive Grand Prix final golds, 3 Four Continents golds, 7 U.S. national titles, a record, 2 Olympic team event golds, 4 games apart. Their individual Olympic silver at Milan Cortina 2026 came after a flawless free dance. Gold went to Fournier Baudry and Cizeron by 1.43, with 5 of the 9 judges actually placing Chock and Bates first overall. Bates appeared at Milan Cortina as the first U.S. figure skater to compete at 5 Olympic Games. The pair's 2026 free dance to Raman Djawadi's Paint It Black, with Bates as a charging bull and Chock as the matador, has been called the closing chapter of an era. Number 4. Meryl Davis and Charlie White. The pair grew up 10 minutes apart in suburban Michigan. Their parents were best friends. They started skating together in 1997 at ages 9 and 11, coached for years by Marina Zueva and Igor Shpilband, and training alongside their rivals Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir. The 2 American teenagers grew up trading ice with the Canadians who would shape the next 2 Olympic cycles. At Sochi 2014, the pair won the United States its first ever Olympic ice dance gold. With 4 years earlier in Vancouver, they had finished silver behind Virtue and Moir. At Sochi, the result was reversed. 2 world titles in 2011 and 2013. 5 consecutive Grand Prix final wins from 2009 to 2014, a record no other ice dance team holds. 3 Four Continents golds, 6 United States national titles. They were the first ice dance team to receive level 4 marks on every element of a program. The intricate, blistering technical density of their skating, as the broadcaster Tracy Wilson once said, was on a different plane. Number 3. Gabriella Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron paired around age 9 in Clermont-Ferrand on the suggestion of Papadakis' mother, eventually relocating to the Ice Academy of Montreal under coach Romain Hagenauer. Their aesthetic redefined the discipline for a generation, emotionally minimalist, contemporary, devastatingly elegant. They won 5 world titles between 2015 and 2022 and 5 consecutive European titles. They set 34 ice dance world records across their career, a number unmatched in any figure skating discipline. At Beijing 2022, they finally claimed Olympic gold. Their rhythm dance was built on whacking, an LGBTQ+ disco-era street dance almost unheard of in figure skating. Their free dance was to Elegy. In December 2024, the pair officially retired. In January 2026, Papadakis published a memoir alleging controlling and abusive behavior by her partner during the partnership. Cizeron has called the allegations a smear campaign. The story of their final years is still being written. Number 2, Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir. Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir were paired in 1997 when she was 7 and he was 9. 22 years later, they retired as the most decorated figure skaters in Olympic history with 5 medals across 3 games, 2 Olympic golds, 2 team event medals, and 3 world titles, ending 30 years of unbroken Soviet and post-Soviet dominance. At Sochi 2014, they took silver behind training partners Davis and built on a free dance to Moulin Rouge that broke the world record minutes after Papadakis and Cizeron set it. They are the first and only ice dance team in history to complete a career Super Slam, winning every available junior and senior international title. For 2 decades, the world wondered if they were a couple. They never were. The on-ice romance was the act. The trust built across 22 years was the truth. Number 1. Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean. An insurance clerk and a former police constable from Nottingham, paired by coach Janet Sawbridge in 1975 and reshaped by Betty Calloway from 1978. Across 19 years and 1 Olympic comeback, Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean built the career every other ice dance partnership has been measured against. They won 4 consecutive world titles between 1981 and 1984, and they won 4 European titles. Olympic gold at Sarajevo in 1984, Olympic bronze at Lillehammer in 1994 in another contested judging result that many believe they should have won. Their 1982 program Mac and Mabel and their 1983 program Barnum reshaped the storytelling possibilities of the free dance. Their 1984 Boléro condensed from Ravel's 17-minute work and opened motionless on their knees to circumvent the time limit, received 12 perfect 6.0 marks, including a unanimous 9-judge sweep for artistic impression that has never been repeated at any Winter Olympics. Across their career, they earned 136 perfect 6.0 marks, 56 of them in pure competition, a record no ice dance team has approached. Christopher Dean later choreographed the Olympic gold medal pair skating program at Pyeongchang 2018. The pair created and have hosted Britain's Dancing on Ice since 2006. In the 2026 New Year Honors List, Christopher Dean became Sir Christopher and Jayne Torvill became Dame Jane. In any conversation about ice dance, every other team is in the conversation. Torvill and Dean are the conversation. What makes ice dance unlike any other sport is what cannot be measured. The illusion of 2 people whose blades and edges seem to belong to a single body, a sport, in its own strange way, of telepathy. The 10 pairs in this list spent decades building that telepathy. Pakhomova waited for Gorshkov through emergency lung surgery. Papadakis and Cizeron paired up at 9 and skated together for 20 years. Virtue and Moir held hands as small children in 1997 and let go for the last time in 2019. Torvill and Dean knelt on the ice in Sarajevo and did not move for 18 seconds because they trusted the entire world to wait for them. Every pair on this list trusted another human being with the most important years of their lives. That trust, more than any medal, is what ice dance actually scores. Who's your number 1? Drop it in the comments. If you made it this far, subscribe. See you in the next episode.